Hi Jen, this is Michaela. I'm doing my part A for our personal project. I'm doing my project with Sarah and Hannah, and yeah, let's get into it. I am going to be reading a little bit off of my computer screen because we did type it all out, and we worked together to do this outline. So our topic for this project is personal coping tools. So we want to work together, enhance our skills, developing coping strategies, and work on personal growth and navigate through stressful and traumatic experiences that may impact our nursing practice, but also for our patients that we might have in the future. For us to build these coping tools, we have decided to begin scholarly research on effective ways of coping and processing. We plan to use weekly journal entries just to jot down our feelings and just track our progress. Group meetings and check-ins for support, all while beginning and creating a Pebble Pad assignment that we will all collaborate and work on together weekly. And the first meeting that we are doing is in October to demonstrate our findings and what we have learned so far for our final project. So I am doing this project with Sarah and Hannah. Sarah and Hannah live together in Nelson, and I live in Beasley, so closer to Nelson. We've developed a very great friendship throughout nursing school, and we have supported each other through a lot of things. We have worked together before, so we are aware of each other's schedules and how each of us learn and comprehend information, and we're excited to work together again because we haven't done a group project together probably since year one. So Sarah and Hannah, they were driving to school and witnessed an accident, and they decided to pull over on the highway and help this individual who was in a quite severe situation. Therefore, they've gone through quite a traumatic experience, and they have confided into me, and I have been a support system for them. So we thought that it would be a good idea to all work together. We wanted to build these tools that are necessary for people that are experiencing traumatic experiences, or just coping strategies for people that are feeling stressed, and how to navigate those situations. We also chose this focus because we will be working through this experience regardless, because we are in nursing school and it's very stressful. And then of course, trauma comes with a lot of areas in nursing, and everyone has their own experiences that they've been through. So we thought that this was a great topic to talk about and to do research on. Additionally, we felt that this project would be just as beneficial, and we could use it to not only document our journey, but also build an educational piece that would be beneficial to share with our peers and coworkers and people that we encounter in the hospital and places that we work. For how we plan to work consistently throughout the semester, we've created a detailed schedule. We've collaborated and figured out what days work for which components of the assignment that we're going to work on throughout the week. We've created a SMART goal and objectives in order to have a clear understanding of what we are wanting to achieve out of this project. And this will also allow us to not become lazy and stay on top of our project. As mentioned earlier, we'll also be doing a regular journal entry, and then group meetings to stay on track and help each other, support each other throughout this project. Potential barriers that we might face, time management for sure, balancing other projects and other nursing school responsibilities and personal commitments that we have. But we do have some strategies and ways that we are going to implement this project into our schedule. So we have potential resolution. We already have our schedule mapped out. and how we're going to keep track and stay on the responsibility of this project as well as other projects that we have. Another potential barrier that we might face is emotional challenges. This has been like a really tough experience for Sarah and Hannah. So for me, I think it's the most important that I support them as much as I can. Obviously, if they're under a lot of stress, and this project may be a little bit triggering for them at times. So just paying attention to their emotional sides and supporting them as much as I can. So I have 5 points to cover super quickly: the expected outcomes and how it relates, how our project relates to the nursing profession. So our first one is improving emotional resilience and the well-being for ourselves as nursing students and care providers. This is a really big point because everyone is going through something, and I think it's important that there are nurses that are willing to listen to patients and be there for them. Our second point is enhanced ability to provide empathetic, trauma-informed care to clients as well as peers and future coworkers. I think that having gone through traumatic experiences makes you stronger. However, you also recognize what resources you can utilize in your community, and not every coping tool works for everyone. So the point of this project is to really seek out what coping tools work for different people. Just for an example, for me, when I'm coping through from a traumatic experience, I like to work out. I enjoy being really active. It just clears my mind and it makes my body feel really good, and just kind of releasing that anger or that emotion that I'm feeling. Whereas someone like Sarah and Hannah, they just like to relax, they like to reflect, and they have been seeking counseling, which has been really helpful for them. Our third point is we've discussed mental health in class in week 2 and 3. We want to implement the learning that we have discussed and read about in class, and implement that into our project. The impacts of bias and stigma against people who have gone through traumatic experiences, and utilizing tools that we have in our community. And this is the connection piece to our course content that we have learned in theory class. The fourth point that we want to talk about is that nursing school is very difficult. So this is a perfect project to utilize and to figure out what coping strategies work for everybody. As mentioned before, my coping strategies might be different than somebody else, and the point of this project is to really seek all the resources that we can utilize and also share with our patients in the hospital. And our last point for expected outcomes of this project is we want to implement what we have learned through this project and hold space for people, specifically our patients and family and friends, by providing emotional support and resources to those who don't know what to do when they encounter traumatic experience or just simply stress-induced and they don't know how to cope. I think that it's really important to highlight that not everyone opens up right away. Vulnerability is a very big thing. So either if it's us providing that support emotionally to a patient in person, face-to-face, or if it's just sharing resources that we have come up with or found that are useful for people. That's all I want to say about our project so far for part A. I think that part B is going to be a little bit more detailed about when we're meeting, and what we're working on specifically, and the times that we are meeting and how we are prioritizing our project. And I hope that this all made sense. And I look forward to working on this project throughout the semester. Thank you, Jen.